इनफैक्ट मेरी पहली फिल्म जो हिट हुई थी उसमें वो डांस की फिल्म थी नहीं पहली बार.
In Indian cinema, we haven't really made very many films which are just concentrating on the relationship between a father and a daughter.
Yeah.
As actors, you're forever being talked to, na? Directors telling you ye karo, co-artists saying ye karo, ghar jaake, you know, everybody else tells you बीवी बोलती है ye karo. So we're used to receiving these instructions and all.
And pep talk.
Yeah.
Also joined Instagram just yesterday.
What?
Yes.
Yes, he's on
You
Instagram
joined
now.
Instagram? Did you
Yes.
this?
Yes.
I'm aware you did.
Did you know about this?
He said no from me.
Really, I don't know. As an actor, you get rarely this kind of subject where you act with very less character. So I immediately said that I have to do this because I have been doing so many kind of films, but this film I knew that I felt it's going to be closer to my heart.
The shoot was fun because Abhishek Bhaiya is mature and childish at the same time.
It's her thing now.
अब ये हो गया है. Mature and
अभी
childish.
हमें
पहले prankster हुआ करता था, अभी mature and childish.
mature and childish at the same.
इनायत, तुम ठहरो अभी.
Before getting into dancing and films, this direction was there in my mind. कि I want to do that.
This is not a dance film. Unfortunately, there's a misconception that this is a dance film. It's not.
Hello everyone, this is Hesha Chima and I'm very happy today because I'm sitting with the cast and the director of the film, Be Happy. Thank you so much for your time everybody. It's my pleasure and happiness to be doing this chat with all of y'all. But I want to start off with Remo sir first.
Okay.
Oh my god, your films always has a dance aspect to it and I understand that you're very loyal towards dance. Do you feel some sort of discomfort अगर आप कोई और फिल्म बनाओगे जिसमें डांस नहीं होगा?
नहीं, मैंने बहुत सारी फिल्में बनाई है जिसमें डांस
बहुत कम लेकिन
2 फिल्में तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं, 3 फिल्में तो बिल्कुल भी
3
नहीं था.
films were not, yeah.
इनफैक्ट मेरी पहली फिल्म जो हिट हुई थी उसमें वो डांस की फिल्म थी नहीं पहली बार.
Yeah.
And,
But now what is this association that
but,
you have with it, that immense sense of loyalty that you have towards dance and catering to strong emotions, which is great though.
So there are only 3 films which I made which is based on dance.
Yeah.
But ये वाली जो फिल्म है ये डांस पे बेस्ड नहीं है. ये फिल्म है यूजुअली क्या होता है कि एक फिल्म होती है जिसपे डांस के ऊपर बनाते हैं. ये फिल्म है जिसके अंदर डांस एक जस्ट बैकड्रॉप में है बट स्टोरी अलग है. तो दिस इज नॉट अबाउट डांसिंग, इट्स अबाउट इमोशन, इट्स अबाउट रिलेशनशिप, इट्स अबाउट ड्रीम and it's about happiness.
Amazing. You know, there's always this thing that happens in my house back at home where we're talking about mom guilt, but Papa always comes in the middle and goes like, there's also something called as dad guilt, which is very real.
Yes.
I want to start off this question by asking you, Abhishek, sir, do you have any kind of dad guilt? Have you ever encountered it? And through this particular film, since you were playing a single parent, did any of these emotions come
Just
in?
clarify, what is dad guilt?
My dad says that when I'm out at work, I'm also worried about my kids
Yes,
as
of
much.
course, yeah. Sure, yeah. I think, you know, one of the main reasons this film really resonated with me is because it talks about what all a father goes through as well. We don't really discuss that a lot. But fathers, as you say, do have their own fair share of guilt. Yes, you know, we go out, we work. I mean, in the olden days, that was the case. Now, I think, you know, everybody is, there's a lot more equality in that entire thing. But men aren't very good at expressing how they're feeling. And so, yes, I mean, as a parent, you're at work, but your heart is at home with your children and with your family and your spouse. And everybody has a fair share of that. I like the fact that in Indian cinema, we haven't really made very many films which are just concentrating on the relationship between a father and a daughter.
Yeah.
The maternal aspect of that has always outweighed, and rightly so. But it was interesting to have this one take of how would a father-daughter relationship play out in today's day and age.
Right.
And I think that was nice.
Amazing. You know, also tell me, I loved the fact that in the trailer, in the end, there's a line where you're saying that, listen, give me pep talk. You're asking your daughter, Inayat, in the film, give me pep talk. How many times does it happen in reality that you feel vulnerable and you need pep talks?
नहीं, बहुत कम. As actors, you're forever being talked to, na? Directors telling you ये करो, co-artists saying ये करो, घर जाके, you know, everybody else tells you बीवी बोलती है ये करो. So we're used to receiving these instructions and all.
And pep talk.
Yeah, and
No, you don't
As,
need
as actors, very honestly, when you're a bit lost, the first person we lean on is our director, you know, and they literally direct you through your difficulty,
Right.
and they guide you through it. So, I mean, we can either say that we pep talk, so to speak. We don't. I mean, it's not like a daily thing, but on another way, after every take, your director says, "Very good, you know, but you can do better." So that in itself is a pep talk.
Amazing. Nasirji, I also want to, first of all, advance happy birthday to you. No, I know it's your birthday tomorrow.
Thank you.
And you've also joined Instagram just yesterday.
What?
Yes.
Yes, he's on
You
Instagram
joined
now.
Instagram? Did you
Yes.
know
Yes.
about this?
Yes.
I'm aware you did.
Did you know about this?
He said no from me.
Really, I don't.
Oh my God. Okay, but so tell me, I have to ask you this also, that, you know, when you're on set, when you've been on so many sets, right? But then you're on a set like that where you have, you know, Remo directing you, you're working with Abhishek, and there's Inayat as well. How do you sort of then balance between, you know, staying true to the script and then somewhere down the line also bringing in your own interpretation to your character?
No, I have acted in so many films, and it were all, you know, too many characters, too many plots, you know, subplots and everything. This film, I like the simplicity of the structure. You know, it's only a father-in-law, my son-in-law, and my granddaughter. The whole film travels along with it. So I thought, as an actor, it will be nice to concentrate, understand my co-actors, understand their characters, and, you know, just not even behave, just flow along with the thing. Where you get rarely, as an actor, you get rarely this kind of subject where you act with very less character. So I immediately said that I have to do this, because I have been doing so many kind of films, but this film, I knew that I felt it's going to be closer to my heart.
Yeah.
And whatever I thought, I expected, and it really happened on the set. Abhishek was so, I know, just before Inayat said, I'll vouch what she said. She said Abhishek is matured and still childish. So that made us, you know, to be very ease, you know, to be at ease, and it was wonderful. I wish I could do many films like this. And Buddha, I call him Buddha, because whatever happens on the set, he keeps smiling, he keeps very, very calm, because I have seen so many directors yelling, you know, trying to prove that they are there. But Remo was too cool, and it was a wonderful journey to go through this film.
Amazing. Inayat, I have to ask you this. First of all, I love the fact that you're so confident, and I think probably at your age I was shivering. I didn't know what I wanted to become also, and you're so clear that you want to be an actor. Probably even in this interview I might be a little nervous before, but when you were going on the set and working with such amazing people, what were you thinking? What was going on? Like, what was your emotion?
I was just like, everything will go with the flow and I'll be just relaxed. And in dance sequences, I was a little tense and curious that how I'll turn out, how I'll dance. So in that, Abhishek Bhaiya cooperated with me. Remo sir was very patient and listened to me, because I was a little tense about the dance sequences. And otherwise, the shoot was fun, because Abhishek Bhaiya is mature and childish at the same time.
It's her thing now.
Oh, ये हो गया mature and
अभी
childish.
हमें
पहले prankster हुआ करता था, अभी mature and childish.
mature and childish at the same.
Inayat, तुम ठहरो अभी.
But, you know, Remo, I'm coming back to you. I have to ask you this. Once you turned a director, right? What was a misconception about directors that actually broke for you once you actually became one?
Misconception. I don't think any misconception कभी रहा है मेरे, because I've been working since so many years and as a dancer, assistant, and then choreographer. When I became choreographer, because we used to do this 5-minute song, but those songs were just not choreography, but we were supposed to direct that 5 minutes. So we were doing that. So I was doing so many years I've done that. So that direction was always there in my mind. And before getting into dancing and films, this direction was there in my mind. Ki I want to do that. And when I became a director, I realized that it's a very difficult job. It's a very difficult job. It's not easy.
Yeah,
I thought it's,
collaborative and hands-on.
yeah, because when I used to do 5-minute song, I used to do, yeah, मैंने direct किया 5 minutes, I've done this. But now you have 2 hours or 2.5 hours or 3 hours to make an audience sit at that one place and watch your film. It's very difficult.
Right.
आप किसी को भी बिठा के आप 5 मिनट नहीं बिठा सकते हो किसी को कहीं पे. Right now, even on your Instagram, you're bored after 30 second or 60 second max. And then you have to make a film which is 2 hours and make a person sit and watch that film. It's very difficult.
Yeah. Okay,
So
maybe
that-
that could be that one
that is
learning,
one-
let's say, if not a
One
misconception.
learning lesson which I this thing difficult. So yeah, that is one misconception. I thought कि बहुत easy होता है क्योंकि कोई कोरियोग्राफर आके कोरियोग्राफ कर देता है, एक्शन डायरेक्टर आके एक्शन कर देता है, डायरेक्टर करता क्या है. तो when I became director, then I felt कि अच्छा डायरेक्टर को ये सब करना पड़ता है, डायरेक्टर को पूरी फिल्म अपने कंधे पे लेके जाना पड़ता है. So yeah.
Okay. Abhishek ji, I want to ask you this question. As an actor who's been in the industry for almost over 2 decades now, today when you're saying yes to a script like, say, Be Happy, what are some of your deciding factors other than just the script?
There's no other deciding factor. I think it has to touch you emotionally, and is this a film that you'd want to watch as an audience? For me, that's always been the criteria, nothing else.
Okay. And then is it easier to tap into those emotions when probably you have those understanding of being a father as well?
Yes and no. At the end of the day, you're an actor. I mean,
Right.
we have to act. But obviously, sometimes when you can draw a parallel to your actual life or tap into an emotion that you've possibly experienced, it makes it that emotion that much more accessible. That's it. It's never easy. It's always going to be difficult. But maybe as an actor, it's easier to comprehend a scene if the emotion you're dealing with in that scene is something that you've experienced before. So like I said, it makes it more accessible. It doesn't make it easier though.
Can I ask you that, let's say when you were doing particular scenes with Inayat, what were you trying to do? Like, what was your aspiration to get between action and cut for those particular scenes, whether they were emotional
My
or
only
dancing?
aspiration was to get a okay from Rimsky. Got it.
Oh God, did he make you dance a lot? Like, I've not seen the film, I want to.
Yeah.
Were there too many dance sequences? What's the prep like? Like,
No,
how were you?
No, this is not a dance film. Unfortunately, there's a misconception that this is a
Yeah.
dance film. It's not. Possibly you could say there's a background of dance, a backdrop of dance, and I'm not doing any of it. So it's about a father trying to fulfill his daughter's dreams, and whatever lengths a parent will go to fulfill their child's desires and dreams. So no, Remo thankfully didn't do any of that. But as any actor will tell you, you want to try and be as truthful to the emotion of the scene as possible. That's the only endeavor I believe you should have. Is that scene believable and is it truthful?
Okay. Nasirji, you also have to add on to this and tell me, after so many years of working in this industry, what do you do to satiate the actor within you with every project that you are on?
No, I don't have a common rule or common, theory for it, because each and every film demands its own, it has its own necessity. So if the same film, if I would have acted with some other actor, some other child, my approach would have been different. So I study each and every film very carefully, who are my co-artist, what is the story, how it be done. That was the first day of any film becomes very scary for me.
Oh, it doesn't still
even
happen?
now, yes, because I have to give a comfort level and they have to be comfortable with me. I should know what is happening, how it is happening. So the first day of any film, that's when I draw, oh, this is how I'm going to travel, so let me structure an approach. That's what Abhishek, I think you will
Absolutely,
agree with.
sir.
Yeah. So we don't have any film you do or anything you do, I will do like this.
Yeah.
That's
No.
not
You never
acting.
get used to it.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's not like riding a bike, like, oh, ho jayega. No, every day is actually something completely different.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a different scene, it's a different location, so there's so many new things.
Yeah.
So you never get used to it.
Are you always on the go and learning
that-
and
that is-
adapt?
that is a-
You
that
should
is-
be, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a blessing to be an actor. I doubt any other profession will have this kind
So
of
true.
thing.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Okay, so picking from that, let me ask both of you then, what's the most gratifying part about being an actor? And then I'm going to ask you, Remo, also, what's the most gratifying part about being a director? So let's go with you, Abhishek.
There's several. Very little beats the high of witnessing and experiencing the love your audience gives a film, especially if it's your film.
Yeah.
I mean, that stamp of approval is a feeling which is second to none. It's unbelievable. You know, you go there and you go into a theater and they like your film. That the love that they give you is unbelievably gratifying. And also, I think after a hard day's work, when you are driving back and you reflect upon your work of the day, and somewhere you feel, and this is very seldom, but sometimes you feel, okay, I gave it my best. Your best might not be good enough when you go back and see it, but on that day you say, okay, I tried, I gave it my best, and I feel like I've done my job today. That's very, very gratifying. Yeah.
Do you want to add to that, Nasirji?
Yeah, as an actor, Abhishek said, first there is something, I mean, gratituding ourselves. There are rare films like this where you feel, very happy that you have done a job without thinking about audience or thinking about whether it will run or not. Because that kind of very rare, thing happens in very few films. Okay. So then, of course, when you go into the crowd, when you go into the walk in the public crowd, when somebody identifies, what you have done, because film is not like acting in theater. They can edit, they can make me look like a great actor, or they can cut down and make me look like a very bad actor. I mean, crossing all over this hurdle, when somebody, accept and identifies what we have done, it's really, first I would like to, thank the writer and then the director who, directed towards this goal what the film needed.
What's the most gratifying part about being a director?
I think similar to actors, मतलब वही होता है. And first, तो once you finish the film and you yourself realize कि तुम कितना खुश हो, तुमने फिल्म बनाई अच्छी, are you happy? तो वो एक जब अच्छी बन जाती है, you self this thing कि हाँ, I'm very happy with this thing. And then you see approval of the audience, basically the biggest, हमारे लिए सबसे बड़ा तो approval वही है audience का. And when they appreciate, I think that's what we all work for. And I remember first time when I experienced something like this was when I went to see my own film in Gedi Galaxy.
Oh, that's
And in
the best.
Yeah, in the climax, I was sitting and there was a scene in the audience where KK says some dialogue, and instead of Prabhu sir answering, the audience were answering.
Nice.
So I said, this is what is satisfying. मतलब ये मिल जाता है तो I think उससे बड़ा कुछ नहीं होता है. And same with this film. So I think अभी तक मैं बहुत खुश हूँ. I think मेरे actors बहुत खुश हैं. It's just audience भी उतनी खुश हो जाए बस मेरे लिए.
Well, I enjoyed the trailer, and with that, I'm going to wrap it. But I also want to just end it by saying that when I saw the trailer, I was so happy because it resonates with my father and my emotion. And that is extremely close to me because he chaperoned me along to do what I'm doing today. And I think that's what the film is about because it takes two to tango.
Yes.
So, well, that's what Be Happy is all about. Thank you so much, and I wish
Thank
you all,
you.
all the very
Thank
best.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.